Boom! Today on the PMP Success Secrets with Scott podcast, I'm going to teach you a simple trick that'll let you eliminate answers on the PMP exam. Let's do this. All right, so here we go. How do we eliminate specific answers just by looking at them and boom, you know they are not an answer for you? Well, it all goes back to like a simple thing that maybe your teacher told you or somebody else that said, words matter. Isn't that right? Like specific words have meanings, they have connotations, they matter. So a lot of you out there are going through questions and you're reading all of them in a super disciplined way, kind of like the way I teach you. It's a good thing. Now, a lot of times, the words that are in the sentence, we really need to focus on them and make sure that we understand what they're saying. Like, what is the connotation that it brings? And if we understand some of these early verb words that come in there, then it'll help us say, oh, no. I don't need to read any farther if I had to rush. I can eliminate that right off the bat. So what we need to do now is figure out what the heck these words are, right? So first thing, it's always a verb thing. It's always an action thing. And a lot of times our actions in the answers, that's what we're looking for. What is the appropriate action? We got to figure out if the action that we're putting forth is even a reasonable action. That's what we're trying to do. So look for the verb, all right? So in an answer, if you were like, I got to solve these problems and I can't even look at the question, okay? How would you do it? You'd go to the answer and you'd say, what is the verb? What is the action? So what kind of words are bad words or bad verbs? Well, let's go through it. Some of them might be workaround. If you ever see the word workaround, then you might think, oh, that's a good thing. Like that lets me get somewhere and use my creativity. No, that's not following a prompt process. It's not following a disciplined process. If you see workaround, throw it out. I don't care what's in the back, most likely, but workaround, bad. Additionally, you could have push, fire, discipline, those kind of things when you're dealing with individuals, you're dealing with your teams, like push them to do something, discipline them, fire them. Terrible words. Because think about what that's saying. It's like, it doesn't say understand. It doesn't say build a connection. It doesn't say develop. It says, boom, we're taking reactive kind of a push on a person and we're moving them off without understanding. So kill those push, fire, discipline, those kind of things. Also, try or delay or wait or these kind of things. Like these are not the kind of either proactive or disciplined action type verbs that we would want. So we're never going to sit and say, oh, we'll just try this idea or we'll delay it or something like that. No, we don't want to do that. All right. And so also you might say, well, if you don't want to delay, Scott, how about immediately? Well, immediately, if it's not with immediately start to analyze, immediately start to understand, immediately bring the team together so we can discover any other kind of feeling around immediately, bad. Like immediately act. Like think about it. Like we want long-term, strong decision making. And a lot of times immediately is very reactive, not proactive or engaging. All right, cool. Then also suspend, demand, dictate. Those are bad ones. They go with like how we're talking to people. So do you get a feeling like if I led with those keywords like workaround, push, fire, immediately, suspend, demand, dictate, like doesn't feel like a work environment that you would want to be on the receiving end, right? So that's a good way to look at it. So those are not the kind of words that we want in our answers and they're not the right answers overall. And the last one is like never, okay? So never, most likely, is never going to be the answer because it's very, very definitive. And what we want to find in there is we want to find a deeper understanding that relates to the question up above. So all these words, if we needed to, I don't want you to get in the spot where you have to use these tricks. But if you were just to look at the answers, these are the words that you go, I don't like this answer because oh, that's a bad word. That's a bad way to handle people. That's a bad way to develop people. All these things. So look for those verbs, those actions, and those kind of ways that you're presenting yourself in the answers. If you find them, see if it's the right answer. Most likely it's not. So go forth, put this into action. You can get better. All right. Now you might ask like, Scott, how'd you come up with this? I listen to a lot of students solve problems. I solve a lot of problems myself. And in the Accelerator, that's all we do. We're having conversations back and forth to be like, hey, student, why do you like this answer? And they'll make the case and they'll try to convince us and all this stuff. And we'll say, well, look at that first little word. What's that first little word? Oh, it's a workaround. Does that feel good? Yeah, it feels like I'm working things out. Nah, like let's think bigger picture. So it's all part of our process where we're working with you, talking through it. And if you want to be involved, you want to see what it's like, just go to our website, PMP Master Prep or pmmasterprep.com, sorry. Email me at scott@pmmasterprep or 757-759-5282. We can get you in the system, see where your brain is, give you all these kind of approaches. There's many more ways to look at these questions, and your scores go up and we pass. So hope you enjoyed that today, and I'll see you in the next episode.